The Constitution will not be saved in Washington. The Constitution will not be saved in Washington. The Constitution will not be saved in Washington.
Alright, Travis Wingoodsell. Worst case scenario. So a month of the new Jewish year has passed. We're now in the second month. SNL on Saturday in their news segment, they did a clip of Trump's rally where Trump confessed to what his plan is. If you've been paying attention to Trump, he always says what he wants to do. He's the only honest presidential candidate we've had, and that's not good, because Trump is always talking about committing crimes against America. And so in this news segment, he revealed exactly what he's planning on doing to America. He plans on destroying it and then fleeing the country. That's what I was worried about with the church, is that they are purposely going along with this to murder Mormons. That's why they're having Mormons get exposed to the virus, by opening up the church, opening up the temples, opening up businesses, opening up the mission field, as people are dying because of his actions in opening. We're in red here in Utah. We're supposed to be closed. That's the requirement. Once you reach red, you close. You don't debate it. You don't threaten businesses. Oh, hey guys, you guys are responsible. We're going to have to close you down if you can't be safe. There is no safe option in remaining open during a viral pandemic. You close. We were supposed to close in green. We were warned in the beginning. We need to close. We need to make sure that the virus passes over. Thus, Passover. And so, Nelson is not following Moses. He's supposed to be in the office of Moses, as he claims, and yet he's not following Moses' example. It's a direct, clear indication he's not the true prophet of God. I mean, he had a gimme on how to handle this, straight from scriptural texts, and he still won't do it. He is a murderer, a genocidal murderer, just like everybody else in leadership, in government. We are being destroyed, as I feared from the beginning. And so, since the first month of the new year has come and gone, after the coronavirus has struck, I do greatly fear the Book of Mormon outcome that they warned us about twice over. The Jaredites and the Nephites. The Jaredites Ether records the entire destruction of his people. And then Moroni records the entire destruction of his people. Both of whom symbolic or using coding for Knights Templar, with writing treasure plate records in Egyptian, in a cave and buried in the earth. But what does the real church history matter if everybody's going to be destroyed? My lawsuit's not going to save anybody. I mean, it's a Hail Mary pass at the last moment. They will not allow my case to win. That's why they're specifically denying me the presentation of the evidence. Because they know the evidence will destroy the church. And so the Mormon judges refuse to recuse themselves as they're required to. They would rather protect the corrupt church than make sure that justice is served. Lady Justice is not blind when it comes to the church. Mormons specifically became judges to protect the church. Worst case scenario. So I'll still keep working on it until I can't work on it no more. But Trump has made it clear he will not allow this election to go through. He's purposely tanking his campaign. He is purposely wanting to lose, and he will not lose. He will fight it in the courts. He will establish martial law in the streets, and then he'll just flee, run away. And the church leaders, I've seen it, they're preparing to flee as well, just in case. They've handed over the church responsibility to the stake presidents. So they're all prepared to have the top leadership abandon the church as they run away with the trillions of dollars they've collected. And yeah, it's going to be devastating to the Mormons to be abandoned by the church you were sure that you even lied, claiming you had a testimony that they were true prophets of God, which is bearing false witness. If you don't know, you don't know. If you say you know when you don't know, you're bearing false witness. You can't have a testimony based on feelings, based on opinion, based on belief. That is not a witness. Just because you think the Holy Spirit has told you something, that's just the word. You've just begun. You've only just begun. Is that the Carpenters? And it's sad. because I deciphered Paleo-Hebrew, deciphered Egyptian petroglyphs, found out that the Bible came from the decipher or the translation of the petroglyphs, and went to the church. Said, hey, isn't it awesome? Joseph Smith is a translator. Went to farms. Said, hey, Joseph Smith is a translator. No, he's not. What? What do you mean he's not? Are we not in the same church? And so the church, with the help of farms, came out with gospel topic essays so that the rumors of Travis being a translator, showing that Joseph Smith is a translator, can be put to rest, calling Joseph just a revelator, as the church has failed to show that they have translation keys. And they came out with translation and historicity of the Book of Abraham. And that, along with the other topics, resulted in 11 million Mormons saying, I'm out. Screw this. The church has lied to us. They don't have priesthood keys. They tell us one thing as we've been growing up, and now they're saying that it's all wrong. Truth isn't true, reality isn't real. Screw you guys. We're out. 11 million because of me. So you're welcome. But the church will never admit it. And nobody knows. It's just me telling you. I went to the church to tell them that Joseph Smith was a translator, and the church tried to lie to you guys and say he's just a revelator. And you guys left. 11 million. And here I was saying, hey, Joseph is an actual translator, guys. And now we're facing the entire destruction of the human race. Because once America crashes, the whole world is going to crumble. It will be a vacuum effect, just like when we took out Saddam Hussein in the Middle East. It will be the keystone of humanity. And there is no Zion to flee to. There is no Zion for refuge, for peace, for safety. Everybody will be forced to take up the sword to defend themselves, to survive. The entire destruction of the human race, the American people, Mormons, gone. Worst case scenario. Mormons have been fooled. They've been looking for some supernatural deity to step in and save everything. Oh yay, he's coming out of the clouds in space. Yay, he's targeting the wicked only and slaughtering them. That's not how it works, guys. First of all, Book of Mormon tells us from the beginning, learning of the Jews, not the Christians, learning of the Jews. And Mormons are like, what? I don't understand. What do you mean, learning of the Jews? means when I say Passover, you're supposed to understand that. It means I say the Christ, you're supposed to understand it's not the Christ, it's the Christ. But if you don't understand the learning of the Jews, you're not going to understand when I say the Christ. You're not going to understand when the Book of Mormon says Jesus Christ, because you're thinking in terms of Christianity for your interpretation. You got the wrong definitions. It's the learning of the Jews. And so you're waiting for somebody who's never going to come because your version does not exist. Worst case scenario. The enemy has won. God help us all. So yeah, I'll still work on the lawsuit, but it's all in vain. Jenkins will not recuse himself. He will go down protecting the church at all costs. Then the election will come, and that'll be it. If not sooner. Because the reports are already coming in that everybody's voting early specifically to remove Trump. And so Trump's not going to just say, oh, I give up, you guys win, okay, peaceful transition. Oh, what? I gotta go to jail now? I'm being accused of all sorts of crime that has been exposed because I became president? Yeah, he's not going to give up. He's not going to say, oh, okay, peaceful transition, because he knows he's going to jail. He can't rely on Pence to do that exoneration thing, pardon. And so he has to destroy America. He was compromised becoming president. Putin put him in. The Book of Mormon warned us of it. I told you guys. The first year of the reign of King Zedekiah, king of Babylon. Babylon put him on the king of Judah, on the throne of Judah. That was the warning. Giving us the date to look forward to be warned about. As Mosiah tells us, don't put a king on the throne. A wicked king cannot be removed without much bloodshed. And so Mormons, Mike Lee, betrays America. Acquits the president. Romney. Oh, but he voted no or yes, or he flip-flopped on, yeah, but he also acquitted him. He had to go all in to stand up for the Constitution, and Romney failed. And now Romney put out a letter saying, there are bad people on both sides. I don't like this fighting. Yeah, it's the end of the world, Romney. Why aren't you standing up and protecting America? Mormons know that the Constitution would be destroyed. Mormons know, and they're allowing it to be destroyed. That's the sad thing. Mormons know, and they're allowing it to be destroyed. Worst case scenario.